Hello everyone, welcome. This video will be about quantities for drainage. So yeah, the FDOT quantities for drainage. First thing first, since we are working with ProjectWise, because most of FDOT Connect tools, they do not work if I am running a file from ProjectWise. Meaning, as you see, for example, if I went to drainage and I opened one of these files that I actually have the work on and I want to run takeoff manager, it's not gonna run it for me. So the solution we're gonna do is we're gonna take the file, export it locally to an environment that look like the same as ProjectWise, open it locally, run takeoff manager here and do the quantity steps locally, run takeoff manager, get your excels, and then bring the file back to ProjectWise and also get the quantities back to Excel. With the quantities Excel later on, they're gonna be in a calculation folder. So how to do that? You need locally to create an environment, which is a project folder that look exactly like your project here in ProjectWise. How to do that? Please watch a video titled How to Run FDOT Tools with ProjectWise. In that video, I showed you how to create a folder for your project locally and have two unique DNA files for it. So when you bring the DGNs, it's going to be in the same work set. Okay, after you watch that video, now let's get to this video. So here we're just going to be doing quantities. So it's not going to be drainage design, it's just going to be quantities. But because drainage design, when you design in, actually some of the quantity is going to be already, well, the quantity boxes, just remember that word, boxes. I will remind you of that later. So you can do your design in ProjectWise, and then when you want to quantify, bring everything locally and do quantification, I guess. Okay, before we do that, I just want to point out two things. First thing first, FDOT. Oh, let's go to FDOT website for OpenRoads Designer. Under OpenRoads Designer Connect Edition application, they actually have a training for drainage design. This is a good training. I recommend everyone to check it out because here they put everything basically for you guys. How to design them, 2D, 3D, model them, and also how to do those unique new plans that they wanted in the 900 series. And of course you have the PDF and also you have the videos accommodated with it. And they have also quantities here. I think in chapter 5, if I'm not wrong. Yep, this is chapter 5. They talk about quantities. So I just wanted to mention that. The other thing is the DQA website, Design Quantity and Estimate website. Here you can go and you can download your quantities and save them if you want. I always tell that to people. That's one thing I always do for other disciplines. But for here, I always recommend keep an eye on your quantities. When I say keep an eye on your quantities, go to where your quantities is. For example, here, the 400 series, I think somewhere here. Yeah, for example, let's see this one about digesting manholes. So why I want you to check is I want you to check this section because this section will tell you where's the table gonna appear, where's you gonna get your Excel. So this one is obviously summary of utility adjustment, but if we have manhole drainage or inlet drainage, so here we'll tell you it's going to appear in summary of drainage or summary of miscellaneous drainage item. This is important so you know when you run the takeoff manager, you know exactly what Excel to select. Just keep an eye on this because I notice DOT sometimes they update things. It's usually rare, but just keep an eye on it. Okay, so now we are done with that. Now let's just go back. So the first step that I'm gonna do is you go to your drainage and you go to whatever a file that you have the design on and you right click on it and you do export, send to folder, And then we're gonna send it here. For example, here, because I already done it. Where's my drainage? And it's gonna bring the files here. You select the location and you go to drainage and you do select folder and then you do next. And as you see, it's gonna start doing that for me because I already done it. I'm just gonna say no because I already done that. The other thing we want to do is symbology. Go to symbology and get this Excel. I will explain what this Excel does. So let's just do export. And let's take it to also symbology, the same location locally, which is I already done it. So I'm just gonna click OK and then select a folder. And if I click next, it's just gonna try to override it, but I'm not gonna do it because I already done it. Okay, and with that we are done with ProjectWise now, so we can minimize ProjectWise. So let's open this Excel. And by the way, if you don't have this Excel in your symbology folder of your project setup, just talk to your ProjectWise admin. This come from the deliverable that DOT delivers with the background files. They can just bring it to you here. It's not that hard. Just talk to your project admin, ProjectWise admins, and they can bring you the Excel. Inside the Excel, you're gonna find option 1 and 2, alignment, FPID. You can drag this and add different ones. Oh, or type them. The main thing is here is, as you see, option 1 and 2. Here we have an alignment, which is the main alignment for our corridor, State Road 45. If you have different alignments, you can write them here. For example, if we have SL, just type the same name as you have your alignment feature definition is. The same name that is coded digitally there, just write it here. And the same thing if you have the third alignment, fourth alignment, fifth alignment, and so on. This one for the FPID. If you have multiple projects with different FPID within the same project, and you want to quantify this quantities for project 010101 or another project 02020202, you can do that. That's an extra thing. That's just gonna label the Excels. They're gonna make quantities taken from this alignment to this FPID, from this alignment to this FPID, from this alignment to this FPID, or from this alignment to this FPID. You're gonna control that inside the design file. So let's just save it. So now let's open Roads Designer. I'm just gonna do this in 1010 because this project we have it in 1010, but most what I'm gonna show you here, it's also gonna be in 1011. Here we go. So first thing first, let's click on browse. It's a default gonna try to take us to ProjectWise because ProjectWise is integrated with your Windows. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna click on cancel. And then let's take this to where we want to go. Of course, I want to go to drainage, and I know this is the file that the drainage person put the designs there, put the inlets and the pipes there. So I'm just gonna open it. Oh, in use, that's interesting. Okay, let's just do no. Let's clear crash. Because I opened the file earlier, just kind of somehow still think that it's still in use, which is not actually, but let's just do that. That's why it's always good to have your clear crash ready, because it's important. You're gonna need that. And the drainage files are heavy because they load a lot of utilities information. So let's do this again. Let's open it. Hopefully this time's gonna work. Yeah, I know it will take a while because drainage files are usually heavy. As you see, let me show you how big they are. Where's drainage? See? 3 in 1, 31 megabytes. Because inside them you have the 2D design and also the 3D representation of that 2D design, because it's all in 3D with the new workflow. So you can have your pipes in 2D and 3D and your manholes. Okay. Okay, first thing first. Have your properties out, please. We're gonna need property. When I say have them out, just have them docked like this. We're gonna need that. Also, you're gonna need this lovely tool here. It's called item types. I will show you where to get it from. Let's just go to tool, boxes, in search here up top, and then inside toolboxes, let's just find item types, custom, click OK. So I have this one, I'm gonna bring it here. And then the other thing is, again, because this example, people already done this in this. So like, for example, if we clicked on this inlet, again, DOT will show you how to design it or how to put it here. Again, this video is not to show you how to do that. This video to show you how to do quantities, right? So if I clicked on this inlet, let's just investigate. Remember when I told you boxes? These are the boxes I was talking about. This is drainage inlet box and this is alignment box. And we can also add FPID box. So how to do that? Because this file already has this done to it. If you are doing it for the first time, this is what I recommend you to do. Just find any of these that you already designed and then go to utilities and then get asset manager. I'm gonna click on it. So I'm just gonna pretend that I did not do this because I already done it, but I'm just gonna pretend I did not. So I still have one item selected. As you see here, I have one selected, and then I go to asset manager and I open this and I'm gonna guide it to the symbology and I'm gonna guide it to the Excel. Just click on open and I'm gonna attach the alignment and FPID. As you see, I already have the alignment here. I'm just gonna pretend like it was not there. So I'm gonna attach the alignment and FPID, and not to all element, just the selection set, which is this one, and also add. So add asset. As you see, it's telling you here, assets added to an element. See that? And we have the floppy disk here. And as you see, now we have a new book. It's called FPID. So you only need to do this one in a file just one time for one cell. And then guess what? If you went into item tab manager, you're going to find that book. So that Excel in symbology, it's going to be here as a book. The Excel in symbology, I know I hope I'm not confusing you guys by saying books and boxes. So inside the item type manager, this book is coming from the Excel. As you see, alignment FPID. So now we have them, we can attach them to any other element. And of course, DOT delivered this automatically. The DOT already delivered the drainage quantity book. As you see inside it, you have most of the things that you're going to be using. The inlet, the MSC, the pipes, boxes that you can attach them to their own. So, since we're going to test this, so I have this here. And as like I said, I already have alignment in it. So if I clicked on alignment, it's going to show you which alignment that you want. Of course, we want State Road 45 because this is the alignment we have here. I'm going to hover over my alignment. Where's my alignment? Here we go. So that's the feature definition name, SLSR55. So that's what we want. That's what we want FDOT takeoff manager to read this element with the quantity of boxes attached to it from this alignment. That's exactly what we're doing here. The other thing is the FBID. So right now, since this file is already pre-loaded with quantities, before I add the FBID, I'm just gonna leave it empty. I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. So let's do takeoff manager. And by the way, something about takeoff manager, anything that it's bold black like this, it's automated. Anything that it's non-bold, it's not automated, meaning you have to do that manually. So as you see, miscellaneous drainage items, so whatever pay item supposed to come here, unfortunately is still not automated as for this release. So just keep an eye on that. So let's go to summary of drainage. That's what we have automated. Of course, it's gonna go to calculation. I'm gonna uncheck include external references because I wanted only to read the quantities from this file. Because if I left this on and I compute it, if I have, for example, reference, let's see, where's my references? If I have quantities in any of these files for drainage, it's gonna read them. So we don't want that. We want just to read quantities from this model. So yeah, let's go back again. Still have it open. Oh, I opened it again. Here we go. So let's do drainage. And then let's open it, and it's gonna save it in calculation. Compute. Let's do okay. It's gonna take a while. Here we go. See, now we got our lovely Excel. You see that? So there are another thing also. So if you found anything here, which is, yeah, like I said, we got the Excel, but what I was gonna say is there are an important thing I wanted to point out here. You see the element IDs? It already picked up everything. It picked up the pay item, the labels inside them. But I see a problem here. This problem. This one here is telling me that there are one element that is quantified for this pay item. As you see, for this pay item we have two, and we have this one, it gives us the right alignment, but this one is saying not found. So okay, that's telling me somebody missed a step. Somebody did not attach the right pay item to the proper inlet cell. So how to find this included inside your file? So get your number from here, the element ID. Let's copy that. Let's go back to the design file. So, and then let's go here, actions under FDOT actions, and then go to here. We're gonna find the binocular, select element by ID, click on it, and then write the number, and then click on find. Wait on it, here we go. It took us to the right place. So let's investigate. So it took us here. So this is the inlet here. So let's click on it and see what's inside this inlet. So this inlet have this box that have the feature, and also it have the drainage inlet, which is the number, right? Let's double check that. Yes, 404251883. See, it's the same number, but what's missing? What's missing, my friend? The alignment. Somebody forgot to attach the alignment here. So now let's go attach the alignment from the book of FDOT. How to do that? Select this, go back again to attach item. So, and then go here, this is the FDOT book, click on it, and then you get to select what you want to add, FPID or alignment. I'm just gonna add alignment for now for this example. So I'm gonna add alignment to it. Ta-da! Now we have the alignment. So now let's select the alignment that we want. Double check. Always pay attention here in the bottom. If you have the floppy disk appear, that means it's saved. So yeah, it's saved. So now let's rerun Takeoff Manager and see if that fixed it or not. Here we go. Now let's run Takeoff Manager again. Compute. And finger crossed, it worked. Okay, well, I'm like, I have, what do I have? AHD or, anyway, I have all type of diseases, so I mess up numbers. So how I'm gonna find it again? Just click here, Control F, because I still have the number saved. Let's do find. Let's find next. Here we go. It took me to it. Ta-da! You see? Now have it's reporting the right alignment and the right location. Cool. So let's close this again. So now, for example, yeah, let's go also to pay attention to this. Let's go to calculation folder. This is important. I need to point to people. It's really important. Whatever you are doing back and forward work, let me take these out because I don't need them. This was for a different class. Whatever you are doing, like you are in the process of quantifying your work. You're gonna do what I'm doing right now. Run Takeoff Manager, get the Excel, open the Excel, review the Excel, make sure the Excel is good. Whatever it's in the design file, it's reported in Excel. So while you are doing that, just keep in your mind that compute, it will override this. So I always tell people, if you are worried about specific something, or especially if you have some of them, or you have to write them manually, they do not appear. I always say create a new folder and call it save or whatever you want to call it, and save your Excel in it while you are doing this back and forward. Because the end game here, we're gonna have a perfect final Excel that have everything we need so we can bring it back to ProjectWise. So while you are going back and forward like this, if you want to save it, save it. If you don't, I wanted to point it, every time you do compute, it will override it. So you see this summary of drainage with no FPID number here because we did not do that. So what I'm gonna do is right now, I'm gonna attach FPID to some of the quantities. So let's X this. So I want this one, this inlet, and I want this. Where's the pipe? Ooh. Oh, well, they didn't do that. Okay, let's select this inlet and let's select this inlet. So I selected these two inlets. I'm gonna add the FPID to them. They're gonna be unique. So go here, I selected FPID, the book, and now that I selected it, you see it doesn't show me alignment because both of them already have the alignment. So now I'm just gonna click here in the middle and you see attach two items. So now I have both of them selected. Let's scroll down here, let's find that box. This is the box of FPID. Of course, you see the drainage is say varies because the information is here are different from here. But the information in the box of alignment are the same. So that's why I can see it. And FPID, I'm also gonna make it the same. I'm gonna make, actually, yeah, let's make this one 2-2. Well, both of them because I selected them both. So I'm gonna change this one. I'm gonna change this one instead of 0202. I'm gonna make this one 0101. So 0101. So this one have a project FPID of 010101, and this inlet have a project ID of 020202. So I just wanted to show you where's that gonna do. Let's do Takeoff Manager. Let's go again to drainage, and then let's compute. Oh yeah, I love to do this. I'm gonna hold on. Before I do that, I want you to see it like happening in real time. Work set FDOT for calculation. Here we go. So let's do compute. By the way, what is takeoff manager it's doing right now? As you see, it's populating the Excels. And also, it didn't just do that. It also repopulated summary of drainage. It did all of them. You see, and that's why I have 1, 2, 3. Let me minimize them for now. What I wanted to say is, what this tool is doing, it's literally will read the information that it's coded inside this cell with the proper boxes. So we have the drainage inlet box, and we have the alignment box, and we have the FPID box. So that's exactly what this one is doing. That's the whole shebang of takeoff of quantities, automated quantities. So let's close that. Let's go back to my Excels. Let's open the first one. So the first one is running again the same. It's reading everything in the file. But look at the top. It says summary of drainage. You see, there are no dash, no nothing. Just summary of drainage with no thing. But let's look at the other ones. This one now, it says summary of drainage dash 010101 and reported that specific inlet. And the third one, 020202. So that's exactly what it does. If you want to attach FPID numbers when you run them, that's why I always keep it consistent. If somebody made a mistake and add FPID here and add FPID here and add it here, but then you forgot to add it to the other one, and if you did takeoff manager, it's going to spit out to you different Excels. So decide from the beginning if you want to add the FPID number or not. It's up to you. And of course, keep it consistent with all your other disciplines. Because if you are doing that, all your other disciplines, their Excels need to have dash and then the FPID number. So let's delete these. Now let's go here. Now let's do deattach, because let me show you the other tool here. Because we tried the add attach item. Let's do deattach item. So if I clicked on it, it's default to be deattach all. So what I want is right now, let me close it. Let me click here again. So let's click on this one. And let's click on deattach. Like I said, default is deattach all. Be careful. Don't be just clicking because you're going to take everything out. You're going to delete all these. So select and let's see what you want to deattach. I don't want to deattach the inlet. I want it to be here. That's coming from the drainage quantity book. I want to keep the alignment. I only want to deattach the FPID. So click back here and then do that, and look what's going to happen here. Let's click anywhere. Here we go. It took the FPID. And let's go to this one too. And let's do deattach and make sure that's the one we want to deattach. And let's click on deattach. Here we go. Now it took it out. So let's just run takeoff manager again for drainage. And I know, I still have not showed you how to actually add quantities, right? But I like to do this video differently because I want people who are watching this video actually to not be afraid and understand how easy it is and how it's working in the background. Okay, we got our Excel, good, one Excel with no FPID number. Okay, so the thing is, because I'm not designing this, and I know DOT explained to you how to bring the inlets, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something very unique, and hopefully it will work. So let me just rotate the screen from my life. Okay, so let's go to this inlet. And I'm gonna strip out this specific box out of it. Let me take it out, go again to deattach, and I want to take it out. And also the other one. And I want to also deattach the drainage inlet out of it. And also, let's go crazy. Let's also strip the pipe, because when you first design this, it doesn't have the pipe. So I clicked, oh, let's click on this one. Let's take the pipe out of it. And the alignment. Yeah, I forgot. Let's actually do that too, because unfortunately when you first do them, they don't give you all that. Click on the wrong one. Okay. So, of course, still clicking on the wrong one. Okay. Whoever did this, oh, whoever done this made some mistakes. Okay, let's click again on this one. So you need to be careful. Let's click on this one. Still have the alignment. I want to take the alignment too, and then let's click on this one too. I just want to strip them all naked. Take everything out of them. FPID and alignment. Let's just take them out. Here we go. So, from scratch, you have your inlet. First thing you need to do, as you see, just look at it. It's not gonna have anything. But sometimes when you use them from DOT, I'm not up to date of DOT. Sometimes it will come with it, sometimes it's not. So if it did not come with the box of the pay item, this is how to add it. Click on add, attach item. Let's clear. Let's go to the drainage quantity book. Let's open it. So what is this? This is an inlet, right? So let's go to the inlet. Let's click on it, and then let's attach the inlet here. We could have select both of them at the same time and attach them. So let's click this one, and let's also attach an inlet to it. As you see, now we have an inlet. And let's go to this one that I stripped naked. And let's attach to it the proper box, which is, I think it's a pipe. It's a drainage pipe. So let's attach a drainage pipe to this one. Okay. Second thing is, let's click on this one, and then let's click on this one. So 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to add the common thing between them, which is going to be the alignment. So now it's going to add alignment to this one, and to this pipe. So I click on here. Now both of them have the alignment. You can do it just with one click. All of them, I want them to have that. And then let's get to work. Let's click on this pipe. And here where you get to choose what type of pipe it is. So side drain, storm cross drain, gutter drain. I don't know a lot about drainage, but I'm gonna assume it's a side drain. And then the shape, let's do round. We like round. And then the size, you get to pick it. And also the design note, you get to write whatever you want. So what I'm gonna do is right now I'm just gonna type test, because this is important. If you have if you have some important notes, you want them to appear in the quantity. So this is test. Let's double click on it again, make sure. Okay, we have our drainage pipe box and we have the alignment box. So now let's go to these. This is where I'm gonna make drainage people mad, because I have no idea what type of inlet is this, but I'm gonna try it. So I select them both because both of them have one thing in common, which is the drainage inlet. So I'm gonna select this. It's a curb, right? I don't know which one is it. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. Let's escape. Okay, this is how I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna click on one of these here and see what they already selected. Okay, it's curb P1. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's click on it, and then let's click on this one again. Oh, see, you better click on the right thing, because these cells have different elements to them. So let's click on that. So it's curb type 1 or 2. Anyway, let's just do 2. And then the depth, you get to select wherever you want. And then design, let's type test to design node. You can write whatever you want. They're gonna appear in Excel. And later on, also they're gonna appear in estimated quantity report. So yeah, basically that's it. That's what you do. After you design these, this is how you add and attach and detach the boxes. So now let's just test our work, right? And see if it's working or not. So let's just do takeoff manager. Let's do drainage. And let's calculation. So let's compute. Here we go. I already can see them here. You see, they already appeared. They test and test 2 and test 2. Also, like I said, you have the element ID, and you can literally go look on station because you can see the station here. Just go to your station. But this is a good thing that you get to select this, and oh, let's minimize it. You can go here and run this, and it will show you what it is, right? Sometimes they rotate the screen. Okay, let's just move this. Oh god, no, don't flip on me. I like to rotate my screen. Always do that to me. Here we go. So let's clean them out. For example, I don't want the test to be here anymore. Just want to take it out. And always pay attention to the floppy disk here. It took it out. And I don't want this also to have that. I can just take it out. And then let's do this. And let's take it out. Okay, now I want to do something fun, because again, this video is not to show you how to design this to make them appear in 2D and in 3D, right? There are videos DOT proposed for you guys to watch for designing this, how to make, because this is the 2D representation, this is the 3D representation for the pipes, for the inlets, for anything. But the final thing that I want to test here, let's just do this. I want to test, I'm just going to draw a line. And then I'm just going to do a box. And let's attach to these box and line. Let's attach the FPID book, including the alignment and FPID boxes. They're going to be here now. So here we go. So I want this, and also I want just to make them appear different out, right? So I'm just gonna select 2, 2, 2. But this is the unique test that I want to do. So this one, I know it's not a pipe because it's not has been designed like this with the proper feature definition. But I just want to show it to you how it's gonna do if I attach a pay item to a line, just a line. So let me attach that. Let's go here. So let's go to a pipe. Now we have the pipe box. So let's select what type of pipe it is. Cross. And then let's do round. Okay. I'm not going to write anything in the remark because it's already going to be in a different Excel. And for this one, I want to attach an inlet. So instead of pipe, click on clear. Let's just do inlet. Actually, let me attach also MAS and see what's going to happen to this one box. So to this box, as you see now, we have both. We have EMAS and we have inlet. So I'm going to make it this type of inlet and this depth. Let's just see if it's going to work or not. Here we go. So now I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna expect like a separate Excel because it's gonna be 000202 project, right? So let's close our main one. And let's do FDOT takeoff manager. Let's see what's gonna happen. It's giving me something. It gave me actually 2 Excel. Okay. This is why I left this at the end of the video. So this is the real Excel. Well, I mean, not the real. This is like basically the items that already has been done by DOT way and modeled, right? Let's see closer. Let's investigate this one. Let's see what we have here. So this one, it worked just with display item and display item. It did not work with the MSC. I think maybe because there are some information in 3D needed, that's why. But as for the pipe, it read the length because let's just go to the length, right? Let's go here. So you see the length here in the geometry, it's 72. So it's actually kind of read that. Where's the length? Sorry, 72, 75, here we go. So basically it took this information and read what it cans from here. Since this is just a basic 2D line. But, and then also, what's the other one? This one, metered end section, optional 2. It's just reported as each one. Which is here. I'm assuming it's this one. And I'm assuming just because it's I can also double check. If I clicked on raw data, it will show me, yes, this is, you see, element ID 31121. So let's go back here. 31121. Okay. So here it only reported the drainage MES, but it did not report the inlet. Somebody will ask why. I know exactly why. Because of the depth. Because it needs depth information. I do not have in this box is not a 3D. It's only a 2D. So that's why it's all in Excel, it only reported from this MES because this one is just each. I'm assuming that's all it need. But because the other box, actually the drainage inlet box, need depth, I do not have depth here. In like my other boxes. So that's why it didn't work. But these, they actually have depth to them. And they have a lot of things, because when you do these, you need to toggle the proposed DTM and make them like proper to the ground and all that. As you see with my DTM going here, poop, poop, you see it's going on it, the proposed line and all that. So that's why those, they're not gonna work with just a 2D hocus pocus box I made. But I just want you to know about this, that there are multiple ways of doing everything. And just pay attention to your elements and try to I hope this helped someone to understand the background of how Takeoff Manager actually get the box and then go look to the information attached to that specific cell and report whatever it needs here. Okay. Well, with that we reached the end. So let me X this, I'm not, of course, I mean, you need to save your work, but I'm not gonna bring it back to ProjectWise because this is a project already has been submitted. But for you, this is what you need to do. When you close, you're done with your work. Wait for lovely ORD to close because it's a big file, like I said. Big file. Here we go. Okay, refresh. So now this is what we need to do. Let's go to our project and then let's open ProjectWise. So whatever I'm going to do with the Excel is going to be the same thing with other things. So symbology, you can bring it back, but it doesn't matter because it's already here. We didn't change it. Other for me, like adding the 0102 project. So let's go to calculations. As you see here, we already have summary of drainage. This one has already been done and submitted to DOT. So I'm not going to override that, but I'm going to show you what you need to do. Go to your calculation locally, and as you see, you have your drainage. You drag it here, select no wizard, and then this the option here is going to tell you either create a new version or skip. Skip is going to override it, but always recommend to click on create new version of existing document, so you'll actually have like another version of the old document. But if I click to OK, it's gonna take this out, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna click on cancel. And the same thing also, go back to your drainage and find the file itself, and go back to your drainage and project wise and drag it here. No wizard, okay. And then you're gonna get the message. Always select create new version, okay? Or you can do create a new document if you want, but it's just always new version. But I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna override my friends at drainage department, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna do cancel. So with that, we are done. Yep. And that's how you do drainage quantities. Automated, some of them. And I would like to say some of them, because not everything is automated. There are still some things in the miscellaneous drainage, I guess they're not automated. But we're getting there. DOT are working on it. So yeah, thank you so much, and please have yourself a wonderful day.